This is part 4 of section 2.4. This is the survey portion of this section. So we're going to be asked to construct a Venn diagram that talks about the cardinality of each region. So we're looking for how many elements there are in each region, not necessarily what the elements are. So what we have is a survey of 80 college students, and they were asked what kind of music they listened to, rock, jazz, or classical. And we're given information about how many students answered what, and we're asked to figure out how many are in each region. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to translate this English into some math so that we have something good to start with. So how many people total were surveyed? 80. So that means that the number in our universe is 80. 80 people total. Okay? 42 listen to rock. So I'm going to use R, J, and C. So the number who listen to rock is 42. The number who listen to classical is 34. And 27 to jazz. So the number who listen to jazz is 27. Now we start getting into the people who listen to more than one category of music. 12 students listen to rock and jazz. So the number of students who listen to rock and jazz, so this is the intersection of rock and jazz, and that is 12. 14 listen to rock and classical, so the number of rock intersected with classical is 14. 10 listen to classical and jazz. So the number in classical intersected with jazz is 10. And then 7 listen to all three. So the way I would write that is the number of elements in rock intersected with jazz intersected with classical, and that is 7. Okay, so the thing to realize here is that these numbers over here talking about the bigger regions, they include these. So if I'm looking for the number of elements in R, that's going to include the number in this region, this, and this. Okay? So this number includes bits and pieces over here. The easiest way to get these problems done is to start off with your smallest region, the one with the most conditions on it, and then work out from there. So our smallest region would be this here, where the 3 types of music overlap, which is right here. So how many people listen to all 3? 7. So the number of elements in this region right here would be 7. Okay? Now let's look right here. I'm going to use these because these are the next most restrictive. We're talking about an overlap between 2 regions, not 3. If I'm looking for the number in rock and jazz, that's 12. Well, this whole region right here is the one this is talking about. There are 12 in this whole region. 7 have already been accounted for. So I do 12 minus 7 to get a 5 right there. So I have a total of 12 people who listen to both rock and jazz, and still 7 that listen to all 3. So I've used that one. Now let's go to rock and classical. So rock and classical, that's going to be this region right here. There are 14 people total who listen to that. 14 minus the 7 that are already here tells me a 7 goes right there as well. Okay. Now classical and jazz, I have 10. Classical and jazz would be this region right here. 7 already taken care of. 10 minus 7 means that I have 3 people left right there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my single sets here. Let's just start with jazz. It's at the bottom, so I don't know why. 27. 27 people belong in this entire circle. Well, how many are there already? 5 plus 3 plus 7. I already have 15 people in there. And I'm supposed to have 27 total. So I do 27 minus the 15 that were already counted for, and I get 12. So 12 people listen to jazz alone. The number of people inside the jazz circle would be 27, so that works. I'm going to do the same thing here and here. So for classical, which would be this entire circle, I'm supposed to have 34 people. Well, let's do how many people are taken care of. 7 plus 3 is 17. So in classical, I'm supposed to have 34. So 34 minus the 17 who were already taken care of, and I get 17. Okay. Only 2 more regions to figure out, this area and then whatever might be in the universe. Now for rock, I'm supposed to have 42. How many have I already accounted for? 5, 7, and 7 to get 19. 42 minus 19 is 23. So 23 people go right here. Now the last thing I have to deal with is the universe, because it is possible that at least one of these 80 students who were interviewed don't listen to any of them. So they would belong in the universe because they were asked, but they are not in one of these taken care of. So they're going to go back out here in the rectangle. So what I need to do is to figure out how many people fit inside one of these 3 circles. And that simply means adding up all the numbers I have here. So 23 plus 5 plus 12 plus 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 17. So that's 74 people who have been taken care of. I'm supposed to have 80 total. So 80 minus 74 gives me 6. So that means there are 6 people out here who don't listen to any of the 3. Okay, we've done the hard part. Now we just need to come to our answers. How many listen to only rock music? So we want the people who are inside the rock circle but not inside any of the others. So that would be 23. How many listen to classical and jazz, but not rock? Classical and jazz would be right here, but these people also listen to rock, so your answer would be 3 people. How many people listen to classical or jazz, but not rock? Okay, so classical or jazz would be anything in either of these 2 circles. But not rock is going to take away this one, and this one. So classical or jazz is all of these, but then not rock takes away that. So what's left? 12 plus 3 plus 17, which is 32. Okay, that word is critically important. How many listen to music in exactly one of the musical styles? So 1 and then nothing else. Well, it's going to be the 23 people here, the 12 people here, and the 17 here. So I'm going to figure out 23 plus 12 plus 17, which gives me 52. How many people listen to music in at least 2 of the musical styles? So that's going to include those who also listen to 3, because that's at least 2. So what we're looking at here would be all of these overlapping regions, because all of them listen to at least 2. So I need to add 5 plus 7 plus 7 plus 3. Which is 22. And then how many did not listen to any of the musical styles? Well, they're the ones not in the circle, but in the universe, so that answer would be 6. So on the survey problems, start off with the most specific one, the smallest region, and then work out from there.